So Malky, you finally wrapped up the league on Sunday. When Glasgow City get their goal chopped off for offside, were you thinking, here we go again?
No, actually, you know what? I thought what a great line it was we held. I thought Brianna had held her ground really well, and one of the things that we've been working on was being able to hold that line and holding that 18-yard line, making it difficult for opponents to try and score against us. So, but yeah, overall it was a different experience. There was a wee bit of trepidation in there.
Obviously, it's could be seen as a changing of the guard. Glasgow City winning 14 times in a row. I think a lot of people kind of you can take that as being a league that's been misshapen because of Glasgow City's history and what they've done. But I think it's a bit of a tribute to them, and the way that the women's game's developed. I'm sure that there'll continue to be a force going into the future. But in terms of overturning that, how did you approach this season?
Well, I think we at the start of the campaign and getting the players in, we knew the style of play that we wanted to try and achieve. We knew about Rangers' culture and history, and going off the back of our own methodology and periodisation, the way we train, we just combined that. So the hardest bit was to, as I said way back, with the staff being new and coming in as well, it was about that art of thinking and acting independently together, which I think has came through because as the seasons went on, not just the players have got better and stronger, but the staff have got a lot better and more assured, they've been more confident within themselves. Given the fact that, we only really went, 2 years ago, we went professional full time, if you like, and still had to contain, like all the rest of the teams, with the pandemic and all the problems that arose there. So a lot of credit goes to the staff, and I think as well, even in the recruitment of the staff and recruitment of the players, we always make sure that any player or anybody that's coming into work at Rangers must come in and must be happy to come in and must be able to fit into our kind of way of working,
Before we look at the Celtic game, obviously, I know you might be a little bit reticent to single out individuals, but in terms of the development of the play this year, you've obviously Brogan Hay an exceptional season, Demi Vance coming back from injury, Kirsten Riley coming back. I think the development in Chantal Swalby's game has been very good. I mean, the first couple of games she played, there were a few unforced nervous errors there. Are there any players you'd like to single out for special praise?
I think it would be remiss of me to do that, because I think, if we even go to players like Ciara Grant who came in late on, she contributed. Every player that's been involved this season, right from the youth players right through to the experienced players, has given a valuable contribution to this campaign, this win. So I think it would be wrong for me to single anybody out, because we spoke, one of the things and one of our principles last year was it was about the team and it wasn't about the individual, and it was really strongly put across to the players that we must work for each other, especially when times are hard, and especially when times are not going well for an individual. Then we must rally around that individual and help them, and I think by and large the players have done that with each other. They've been there to pick the pieces up when they've not been selected or they've been injured, but we've also been there to praise them and encourage them when they've been doing well. So I'm extremely, I must admit, I've been involved in football a long time, and I'm new to the women's game, but I'm extremely proud of the girls and their achievement, given the fact that I now understand and fully understand female athletes. I now fully understand how difficult and hard it is to pull on a football strip as a female player and be put out there and be judged, and credit goes to the girls. They've handled it extremely well the whole season.
And I presume that you'll be raring to go for next season and perhaps give Nikki Docherty an opportunity to improve her champagne opening skills.
She's one of the things as well, we after the game we had a fantastic night after the game with families, where we celebrated not just that game there, but the whole campaign and being together. And I think the character, I'd said on Sky News there that was the first time that the group had ever been together socially, and it was fantastic to have them there, and their parents there, and their partners there, and it was just great the coming together. So I think hopefully we don't have any more pandemics, and we go into next season where we can have more togetherness, extra training sessions that we've never managed to have. We've only ever had to be happy with the one training session per day, whereas next season we'll be able to go more into group units and individual stuff and really get into the teaching of it.
Okay, first of all, congratulations
Thank you
for getting across the line on Sunday and obviously getting the title on the bag and another piece of silverware in the trophy room. In terms of Sunday, I think there's always an edge, doesn't matter what level an Old Firm game is played at, but is there an extra edge and an extra incentive for your players on Sunday, given the fact that Celtic were obviously successful in the cup tie earlier in the season?
I think the main thing is it's a league game. So whilst we'll look at other games that we've played, we'll only analyse the other game in respect of where we could improve. So our focus will be on the league again. So nothing will change, and the professionalism will not change in the sense that we'll prepare the exact same way as we've always prepared to get into this game. What we may find in this game is that our players will be able to be that wee bit more relaxed going into it, which can only benefit us, But I think the experience that they've gained by playing Glasgow Cities, Celtics, Hearts, Motherwells, that experience and the different situations that they've played them under, for example, having to gain a point and the pressure that goes with that, the heavy burden pressure at the start of the season where you're looking to try and win the campaign. They've actually at first hand experienced that, and that goes into their memory bank, and hopefully it stands them in good stead going forward and competing in other games.
Okay, and in terms of next season, obviously Sunday's the last game for this season, a hugely successful season for yourself and the girls. And you're already looking at next season in terms of player recruitment, in terms of building upon the success that you've enjoyed this season?
We have a scouting network and a department that will help us do that. It's ongoing right from 2 years ago. We're always active in looking at players. So whilst this group of players has done really well, and credit to them, every year that goes by, Rangers Football Club, like any other football club, big football club, there'll always be a throughput of players. There'll always be a scouting network out there with options for different types of players that we may or may not require. So that's ongoing.